Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session or webinar for Genesis One. Welcome to all. Have a very good and warm good morning to everyone. So today we will discuss about GST updates for 2024. To discuss this session, we have with us esteemed speakers and panelists. Uh, to discuss this topic, we have our speaker, Ms. Nishtha Jain, Executive is my GST. Mr. Gurdeep Singh, Executive is my GST Genesis One. Uh, Panelist, Mr. Gagan Mendiratta. So he's a team leader of is my GST support. So yes, guys, please go ahead and discuss about today's session. And thank you, everyone. Thank you for your joining today's session. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Bikram, and thanks to everyone for joining us today. So today we are here with some generic updates of GST, and we will discuss about the latest update and how they can impact on our GST returns. So this side, Mr. Gurdeep Singh, and I'm handling North portfolio to maintain their GST compliance. With me, there is my colleague, Ms. Nishtha Jain, who is handling South portfolio. So let's start with today's agenda first. So we will discuss about the table number 14 and 15, which the government enhanced in the last month, January month. So we will discuss about all the e-commerce sale which we have to show in the table 14 and 15 from January onwards. As we all know, government government mandatory the disclosure of e-commerce sale in the table 14 and 15. So we will discuss about all over the table 14 and 15. Then we will practical guide to GSTR 3B impact with update of GSTR 1 tables. Like we will show these the all over e-commerce sale in table 14 and 15. Then in the GSTR 3B, how they can impact in our GSTR 3B returns. In the third pointer, we will let you know some GST updates in the 2024. Then we are glad to share that we have some specific updates on EaseMyGST also. We are here with the GSTR 2B dashboard for EaseMyGST. Like you can conclude your ITC 3B, ITC, all other ITC in GSTR 3B. Then we have some advanced customization in EaseMyGST. We will let you know the customizations settings on EaseMyGST. For those who are not using EaseMyGST, I want to just give a brief introduction of EaseMyGST. So EaseMyGST is a Genesis 1 module, and we have three products like GSTR returns, e-bills, and e-invoicing. In the GSTR return, we have end-to-end encryption of GST returns. Like we are maintaining the all types of GST returns like GSTR 1, 3B, TCS and TDS, including IS3 return and the annual return GSTR 9 and 9C. Also, we have many more the customization of reports like which can help you in the management or tax payable systems. We have all types of returns and e-invoice reconciliations, ITC reconciliations with GSTR 2B and 2A. So the next one module is e-bill. Like we have automated e-bill with seamless integration with our ERP Genesys, and also we have Excel integration for the e-bill generation. We have the third one product is e-invoicing. Like all over the e-bill, seamless ERP integration along with the 100% GST validations and accuracy from the ERP. And we are glad to share that due to our support services and the product, we have now the hold on of over the pan India. Like from you can see the from Leh Ladakh to Tamil Nadu and the Tripura to Gujarat. Like we have our valuable customers over the pan India. Now I want to I would like to attend the Nishtha, that they would join the session and explain detailed about the GSTR table 14 and 15. Over to you, Nishtha.
So, hello everyone. As Gurdeep already explained about us, EaseMyGST. So, let's start with today's agenda, which is table number 14 and 15 update on EaseMyGST. For understanding this table 14 and 15, we really need to understand this two sections, section 52 and section 95. So, I will try to cover all the aspect of this section 52 and 95 so that we can understand table 14 and 15 in a better way. So government has came with this update. We have to capture all the details of supplies made through our e-commerce platform. So before also we were doing this sales, but we are showing it in our B2B, B2C in table number 4 to 10. But now onwards, government just want separate closure. So I will try to explain you both section so that we can understand table 14 and 15 in the webinar. So let's start with what comes under section 52. Let's take an example. Suppose I'm a retail seller and I will start my business online. So what I will do, I register myself on e-platform. Suppose say I want to do online business. I will make myself register on Amazon. I guess my voice is clear. So could you please thumbs up? Okay. Thank you, everyone. So let's start again. I'm explaining you section 52. So let's take an example. Suppose I am retail seller. I want to do my business on online. So what will I do? I will register myself on e-commerce platform. So and whatever sale I made through e-commerce platform, I have to supply through customer directly. And for those sale, I will mention it. If it is B2B, I will mention in table number 4. And if it is B2C, I will mention in B2C column. But government is asking us to disclose this sales in table number 14 also. So just note this, table number 14 is not adding any liability in our GSTR 1. So 52, we can say simply that all the sales which we are making through e-commerce platform comes under section 52, except some services which comes under section 95. So what is section 95? Government has categorized some categories for which government has categorized, focused on four categories. On those, accommodation, transportation, housekeeping, restaurant. This services comes under section 95. So I have some examples. For accommodation, there is OYO, booking.com. For transportation, we can say Ola, Uber. For housekeeping, there is Urban Club. For restaurant, Zomato, Swiggy. Also, even Cloud Kitchen. So if you are making sales in this, if you are providing services in these 4 categories, these sales come under section 95. In section 52, we have to pay the tax. The person who is supplying good, they will pay the tax and they have to show it in their GSTR 1. But in section 95, e-commerce operator is going to pay tax on behalf of supplier. It will treat it as if he is the supplier of the services. So let's understand table 14 and 15. So I have detailed table of I tried to summarize this in a table format so that we are having 3 tables, table 14A, table 14P, and table 15. So let's start. I'm going to explain you how we have to work on EaseMyGST also and what changes we have done on EaseMyGST for this table 14 and 15. So let's start with 14A. So all the suppliers who sells through e-commerce operator, they have to show the sales in table number 14. Okay. So in table number 14, if you are making any sales through e-commerce portal, e-commerce platform, you have to show in 14A. In that particular 14A, the e-commerce operator is going to deduct your TCS, but you have to pay the tax. Okay. So what is the change? Before this, before this update of table 14, what we were doing, we were simply showing it as our sale in table 4 to 10. In respective table, we were showing our sales, but now onwards, we just have to disclosure of 14. We just have to disclose our e-commerce sale in table number 14A. So let's go on EaseMyGST. What changes we have done on EaseMyGST? Okay, so the persons who are using Ginesys, means for Ginesys user, they just have to mention their e-com GST. That means your ETN in your channel. Once you are mentioning and maintaining ETN in Ginesys, it will automatically come on EaseMyGST and automatically auto-populated in your summary and respective table 14. So I hope 14A is clear. So I am just summarizing again all the sale which you have made through e-commerce platform, and supplier means who is selling, he is going to pay tax, and e-commerce platform, e-commerce operator is going to deduct TCS. Okay, so let's go on the next table, which is table number 14B. In this table, if you are making any services, if you're selling any services which comes under section 9.5, which have already explained in previous slide, accommodation, transportation, accommodation, restaurant, and housekeeping. If you are making this services sales, you have to disclose the sales in 14B. Okay, supplier directly report the table 14B, which comes under section 9.5. For EaseMyGST, again, we have added one more column where you have to mention section 9.5. If you are Ginesys user, it will automatically come by your ETI and GST, and it will automatically auto-populate in your table 14B. So if you are using EaseMyGST, if you are manually uploading your data, there's one more column. You just have to mention your ETN. If you are not mentioning 9.5, it will consider it automatically section 52. So let's start with table 15. So table 15 is basically for e-commerce operators. Means if Zomato is filing, if Zomato is going to file their return, they will show it in section 9.5. They are going to pay on the tax of on the behalf of supplier, and they will not deduct the TCS on the same. For the working of invoice level, they have to provide invoice level wise details. For registered recipient, they have to provide invoice level wise details, and for unregistered, they can provide aggregate. So on EaseMyGST, we have introduced two formats, GSTR 1.6 and GSTR 1.6a, where you can enter your manual data if you are a e-commerce operator. I hope this table 14 and 15 is clear. So now let's understand how this table 14 and 15 is impacting our GSTR 3B. So as I already covered this, in GSTR 3B, we are having, if you are e-commerce operator, then you have to pay then you have to disclose this sale. If you are not e-commerce operator, you don't need to disclose this sale. It will already cover in 3.1. So government has introduced this. Now this table 3.1 will be automatically auto-populate on by your GSTR 1. So before this, these tables were there, but it was unfilled because this update was still deserved to be come. So let's I will request Gurdeep to showcase this GSTR 3B and GSTR 1 working on EaseMyGST so that we can understand it in a better way. So Gurdeep, could you please show us the product and show this table so that it will be helpful for our audience?
So we have the first page like dashboard for EaseMyGST. We need to click on Sapphire. First, I want to brief about the EaseMyGST. As I mentioned in the agenda, like we have the PAN level working for all of the returns and reconciliations. Like you can upload the PAN level data for all the GSTs in a single click in a single Excel file from here for the regarding months. Then we have also the bulk download faculties and the perform e-invoice reconciliation, which is mandatory for every B2B invoices exceed 5 crore. So also we have the reconciliation module like purchase summary, two-way reconciliation based reconciliation, and to-be based purchase reconciliation. Different wise tools for reconciliation. Then we have the laser sections where you can check and fetch the laser balance from GST portal. Then we have the GST data, like you can fetch all over the retail, all over the data, GSTR 1, e-invoice 7, 8, which you need for every return period for financial period or the month for any month. You can select with the specific category also, like I need 23 and you need only like B2B summary or B2CS or HSN summary, you can fetch from direct from GST portal. Then we have our input formats, our specific tools which can convert your Excel file, your Excel format in the acceptable format of GST. We have UVC and DSC signers. Then we have the utilities section, like you can fetch your vendors detail, which is mandatory, which can be ease you're working in GSTR 3B or ITC parts. You can search your vendors by GST in a single click of limit wise 500 with HSN. Then we have some customization of reports. Now we need to go with today's agenda, like table 14 and 15. So I just mentioned the GST, like we'll select the GST and we'll go with a return section. Then we need to click with GSTR 1. Here we need to upload the Excel file or the data which we have synced from our ERP. It will mention in the below logs, like if we upload the Excel file, it will show here. If we will sync the Excel file, if we will sync our GSTR1 data from ERP, it will show in the same section. Then we need to go with view section to validate the table 14 and 15 data. So here is the invoice details for all over offline and online sales. Like you can say the overall outward supplies, you can see below section. Then we need to go with the supplier e-com transactions. We have three modules like supplier e-com transactions on aggregate, e-com transactions level. Like if we will upload the data on invoice level, so it will hit in the supplier e-com transaction sections, like document type, so and document status, nature of supply, and the GST of e-commerce party. You just make sure that you have to mention the GST number of counterparty for the e-commerce operator only. Then it will show in the e-commerce transaction level data. Then if we are uploading our online sale on an aggregate basis, so it will show in the e-com transaction aggregate base data in the below table. So after validating these invoices, we need to go with the get invoice reconciliation and we'll click on GSTR1. Here we will create the GSTR1 summary. I'm just sharing again. We'll click on GSTR1 summary. Then it will show the all over disclosure of online sale in table 14 and 15. As you can see in the, just a second. Am I audible to all of you? So we have created the GSTR1 summary and we can fetch the table 14 and 15 from here. These are the tables as per GST portal. Like you will click on table 14 supplier e-com transactions, where we have uploaded the data. Like in the 52 section, we have uploaded our invoices. They will hit in this table 14. You need to just make sure that the amount and the GST of counterparty, GST, all the details are clarified. Then if you are uploaded the 14A, it will show in the 14A. And if we are uploading the data for 15A table, so it will show in the category wise, like section B2B, unregistered person to B2B, and B2CS and unregistered to B2CS. It will show the same. Also, we can show in the EaseMyGST format, Like in that below tables, you can validate your online sale, disclosure of online sale, like e-com transactions reported by supplier. Record count as per EMG format. You have uploaded 2 invoices and the total taxable values and the total tax amount, IGST amount, CGST. You can validate all of the details in these tables, and then you need to click on save data to GST. It will hit the GSTR1 data to GST portal, and then you can take the step of generate GST summary, and then you can file easily with the help of EVC and DSC signer. This was all about the table 14 and 15, and now I want to continue for the impact of GSTR 3B returns. So for these, after filing GSTR 1, when we are working for GSTR 3B, we just need to select GSTR 3B from here, and we'll click on GSTR or 3B auto compute. Then we will take a download of this Excel file, and here we can see all over the say GSTR 3B Excel file. Like in the table 3.1a, this will be the auto populate amount of the GSTR1 which we have filed. It will including the disclosure of e-commerce sale, that no any specific effect will be rising in GSTR 3B. If you can see, like in table 3.3a and b, it will impact it will hit the values in these sections which we have filed in GSTR1, like under section 95 and taxable supplies on which electronic commerce operator, it will show reflect the values on this section. So now, as per today's agenda, we have some.
So thank you, Gurdeep, for sharing us details of EaseMyGST. This I hope everyone is clear now. The table 14 and 15 will reflect on EaseMyGST also, and you can simply maintain your e-commerce data on EaseMyGST. If you want to see it invoice level wise, we can see. Okay, so as Gurdeep explained that we are having some generic updates of government portal. So I will try to cover some updates of 2024. So the update is government has recently came up with this update that they are accepting UPI payment. They are accepting card facility. So this is very convenient for our taxpayer to devise the payment method. They can simply create their challan and use credit card, debit card, and UPI for the payment part. So this is great update came with from government portal. So other update is government has recently came up with the new invoicing portal, which is very government has from where which is completely closing some grievances requests which are from our daily users. They can simply search their IN number. They can check the enablement status. They can check their grievance status and the IR. This enhanced invoice portal, they can link it with their IRP. So this portal is very helpful for the users for their day-to-day useful working. They can check the required details on this portal. The third one is which is very common, two-factor authentication, which is very which is very hectic for our users nowadays, because government has recently launched this, where user has to put their ID and password. Then the OTP will come to the authorized signatory person for every e-way bill, which is very hectic for our users. Means government has came with this with for the authentication for security purpose, but we found that our users are finding it very hectic, and it is additionally adding the time, because for e-way bill there we don't have that much time to wait for our signatory person and enter the OTP. So EaseMyGST, we are providing you effortless access. On EaseMyGST, you don't have to log in and wait for OTPs. So it is saving your time. On EaseMyGST, you can simply log in your portal and generate your e-way bill in a single click. So this is how it is managing your effortless access. So later on, we are having some EaseMyGST updates, which is covered by Gurdeep. Gurdeep is going to show you the latest update we are having on EaseMyGST, which is 2B dashboard. So I would request Gurdeep to go and show us 2B dashboard as well as the latest updates on EaseMyGST.
Yes, Nishtha. We are glad to share that we have some specific updates on EaseMyGST also, and it will surely ease your workings, ease our valuable customers working in the ITC 3B section. So I would just click on PPT. So this time we are here with the GSTR 2B dashboard. Like as per government norms, GSTR 2B is mandatory. Government prefers for GSTR 2B reconciliation to be for the ITC 3B, GSTR 3B. So GSTR 3B, if we talk about GSTR 3B, so we have the new update of GSTR 2B. Like it will tax credit accumulation reflects unused tax credits from previous periods. Like you can validate, you can bifurcate the tax amount, overall tax amount as per 2B. Then you reduce tax liability. It will helps in offsetting future tax liabilities, reducing the amount of tax payables, improved cash flow, allows businessmen not to utilize accumulated credits for better cash flow management. Like as after the GSTR 2B dashboard working, you can bifurcate the total tax amount as per 2B section wise. Then it will enhance tax planning, provides opportunities of strategic tax planning and optimization. Like here is the GSTR 2B dashboard which we have updated recently. So in the first checkbox, you will see the basic details of GSTs which you are working for that. Like total number of GSTs one, and if you have performed the reconciliation, so it will reflect the green tick, like performed all other ITC performed, number of quantity, how many you performed, like one. If you have any of ISD GST, so you can perform ISD reconciliation also. Then we have import reconciliation. It will show performed or not performed pop-up. Then we have the ITC based on GSTR 2B. You can see on the bar graph like how much ITC eligible you are in the specific period of month, and how much of amount you are in ITC ineligible. We have the purchase records in the specific months, like during, if we are working on Feb month, so during Feb month you have the 7,030 purchase invoices in your books, and you have 7,807 invoices in GSTR 2B. I will prefer the GSTR EaseMyGST live working after with a single update. Then we have also one update for advanced customization setting. Like you need while you are working on EaseMyGST, so in the Excel files, after updating or all the activities on EaseMyGST, you got Excel file also from our software. So in the Excel format, you need to changes the format as per your format. So you can change now as per your working schedule. So we have this update like efficient data retrieval. You can get the tailored data which you want from GSTR 2B reconciliation sheet, from GSTR 1 table, from GSTR 3B table. You can manage these Excel sheets as per your working. It will flexibility in presentation. If you want to show your higher authorities the Excel file for MIS reports or 2B reconciliation reports, so it will give you a presenting look. Then it will save your time efficiency also. Accuracy and compliance, like reduces errors by including only necessary GST data fields in downloads. Like after the selecting options, selecting categories, columns in Excel file, you will find the proper accuracy and compliance for GST portal. So now I would like to go with EaseMyGST live working. So for the live working, we need to click with GST, select GST first. We'll select the GST, and then we will go with reconciliation. Here you can see the dashboard in the to be reconciliation module. We have all of the activities. We have all of the activities in to be reconciliation, like dashboard, perform reconciliation, which you want to perform advanced logics. Then we can show the B2B and CDN reconciliation result. If we are performing reconciliation for import and ISD for 2B, as this is also the here. We can also check these activities from this status recon status. Like here we can check all the steps which we are doing for at the time of GSTR 2B reconciliation, like upload 2B. Upload 2B, here you can check view error or watching by clicking this section. We have we don't have data in this month, so we will click on, so it will hit on automatically in the purchase section. Then we can check for any other activities, any other steps on this section, like upload, purchase. Then we need to, if we are performing two-way reconciliation also, so we can check the view two-way, get two-way from GST. It will fetch the two-way section from GST portal automatically. Then I'm just mentioning about GSTR 2B. So if we are reconciliation, perform reconciliation with GSTR 2B, we need to click on update 2B. Then we can validate all the stepwise working from this status, this recon tracker. Then we are going with today's agenda, like dashboard. We'll click on the dashboard. The same page will hit in the dashboard first, which we have already defined in the PPT. So I'm just click on month. We'll click on, we just need to click on generate summary. So, and then click on check latest status. So the same page will hit our dashboard, and we have the ITC based on GSTR 2B also. In the May month, we have purchase records, total purchase records of 158. And currently we don't have fast GSTR 2B from government portal, so it is showing 0. Also, we have this account for our demo account testing purpose. Then we can show the ITC based on GSTR 2B reconciliation. We'll click on check latest status. Here we can we can conclude our GSTR 3B all other ITC by section wise validating data. Like we have some specific fields like all other ITC as per 2B section and as per 2B. Same is the ISD. If we are performing for ISD reconciliation, same will be the ISD purchase as per 2B or as per 2B. Then if we are performing the import reconciliation, it will show the values in the below sections. We have the RCM invoices in our purchase. So as per purchase, how much values in the for the RCM and how much values for the 2B section. Then we have a total accumulated balance for overall purchase and overall 2B. So in the table first, ITC sure claimable, like the exact match ITC after the reconciliation with your purchase and GSTR 2B. In the first category, 8.1, you can see the match, deemed match category. 2P and 2B in current month, like you can understand by the 2P like your books purchase, and 2B like your the data which we have fetched from GST portal. This will show the 2P and 2B in current month, like we are performing the reconciliation for Feb 24. So it will hit the values like those for those invoices who are exact matching with the same period of purchase and the same period of 2B. It will show the values here, all other ITC. If we have RCM which are matching in the same by the same month 2B and 2P, it will show these category in this section. Then we have the second table of 2B in current and 2B in previous. Like we have the scenarios, we have booked our purchase in the recent month, in the previous months, but the supplier have not filed till then. And for this month, the supplier have filed those invoices. So these invoices, those invoices which is related to the previous month in our purchase books, but the 2B reflects on GST portal in the Feb months. So overall, the balance which is related to our purchase previous, it will show after matching, exact matching, it will show in these tables as per category wise. Same as per opposite A.2, it will show the 2P in current month and 2B in previous. Like our supplier have filed earlier this month, but we are booking those invoices in Feb months. So after performing the reconciliation, the values will exact match and will bifurcate the category wise in these sections. In the table B, we can show the ITC can be claimed after some changes. Like sometimes we have the scenarios like our accountants, our internal management have booked some invoices with some differentiations or with some mistakes by mistake. So we can claim these ITC also after some changes, like if we have booked some values mismatch or place of supply charges or RCM charges in our books only. So we can change these values in our books and upload the file again, and then we will perform the reconciliation, and it will show the same as per table A.1, 2, 3. It will show same categories in the same months, like mismatch 2P and 2B in current month, like we have the purchase count and the 2B count in the same month, like regarding Feb month. And the second one is 2B in current and 2B in previous, like we are we have the purchase related to previous month and the 2B which is relating with current month. Same opposite in the section 2P in current month, our purchase is related to Feb month, like current month, and the 2B is relating with previous months. Then we have supplier only manually verified and the purchaser only manually verified, like the invoices which you want to change, which you want to mention the comments in the on the UI section on the EaseMyGST. So it will automatically hit in these tables for as per category wise. Then we have also some additional disclosure for your reference, like if you are if you are taking your ITC as per ITC 3B marking, like if you are marking your invoices as per your conditional formats, and you have mentioned that to be carried forward for the next month and to be in current and to be after, like you have some to be amount in this month but you don't have booked your purchase in this respective month, so it will show the amount in as per category wise. And the point E is just opposite of the D section, like 2P in current month your purchase and 2B will be reflect after. Then in the F and G section, which is the most important part of this reconciliation part, it will show you, it will reflect you the outstanding supplier only for the period, like the amount, the invoices which your supplier have filed in this till this month, till Feb month, but you don't have booked these invoices in your books. So you can validate these values, these invoices in your from with and discuss with your management, then it will ease your working. Then the second one is pointer G, outstanding purchaser only for the period, like the invoices, the amount which you have filed for every month, each and every month, but your supplier don't have filed yet. So in this case you need to send mail, you need to take a conversation with your vendors, how they are not filing till now. So you can also share the mail conversation from EaseMyGST also. And then we have the original invoices in the H section. We have the original invoices related to amendment invoices considered in above. Like in the reconciliation, we have one supplier which have amended the invoices in the next month, in the recent month. So before the amendment invoices, we have the original invoices. That original invoices count and values will hit in the table of H. Then same as the original supplier only invoices which got amended later, which can be amended later, like which can be amended supplier, our supplier. Then if we have any in the table 3, if we have any ineligible ITC as per GSTR to be as per government, so it will show in the J section ineligible ITC as per to be, like all other ITC, IST, import, RCM, and total. Also, you can conclude the reconciliation GSTR to be reconciliation with our MIS reports. Like we have some specific reports, as I mentioned in the agenda, like GSTR 1 filed versus 3B comparative report, GSTR 2B, which we have got, which we have fetched from GST portal, and versus GSTR 3B comparative report. Like you can validate, you can check the working which we have fetched from GSTR 2B from GSTR portal, and which we have filed in GSTR 3B. You can, it will hit your GST compliance. Then GSTR 3B ITC cross utilization reports. We are going with the GSTR 2B reconciliation report. So you can also check the GSTR 2B counterparty wise result. Like you are fetching GSTR 2B for the specific financial year or specific month, and then you can check and validate these reports in the as per counterparty wise, as per vendor wise report. Then we have GSTR 2B reconciliation report, 2A reconciliation wise. Like we have some clients which wants GSTR 2A and 2B both reconciliation. So we have this specific reconciliation also. Like in the 2A module, we are updating the GSTR 2B reconciliation section. The clients can working easily as per 2A or 2B both sections. Then we have the GSTR 2B reconciliation report, 2B recon base. Like GSTR in the 21, you can select this report and will click on Maharashtra, will select on any other GSTs which you want to working for the GST. Then you need to just select financial year 2023 and 4. We have the reconciliation result on a live basis with a financial year wise. You can apply the filters in the Excel file or same on the UI EaseMyGST, and it can validate the working on a month-wise period also. You just need to click on generate, and then it will hit the requested place by which ID, report name, GSTR 2B reconciliation, and status will in progress. Then it will show the complete section. Also, I just want to mention, we'll download this file and will guide about this reconciliation file. It will give you a customization report. Like you can check reconciliation result, summary counterparty wise, B2B section, and then you need to recon result summary. It will show you the reconciliation result summary as per GSTR 2B. So taxpayer name will be, the basic details will be in the filter section. Taxpayer GST name, which we have, which we are working for that GSTs, and then taxpayer GST and financial year which we are working. Here you can check the GST wise working, like taxpayer GST and the regular GST, and the counterparty name and counterparty basic details of GST. Purchaser taxable value. You can validate all of the basic details from these sections. Now we have also the metadata, like the basic details of the report generation. And then we have recons invoice details. Like if you want to working as on invoice level, so you can you can work in this report also. Then we need to go with second update of advanced customization settings on EaseMyGST. Like earlier this update, you are facing some challenges while you are working on Excel files. So we need to click on just settings, and we'll click on customize setting. It will hit the GSTR 1, like select return period. GSTR, if you want to modify the GSTR 1 view section, 1 view Excel file, or you can modify GSTR 2 reconciliation, GSTR 2B report, GSTR 2A reconciliation bulk download, and the GSTR 2B. You can select any one which you want to change in the Excel file format. Like I'm just taking example of GSTR 1 view. So we have select purpose, for which purpose we are saving this setting in the our account. Like first one is the download only. Like in this section, you can only download this file in this format as per your given details. The second one is send mail only. Like after 2B reconciliation, after GSTR 2B reconciliation, we have the feature like you can communicate with your vendors for the supplier only invoices, for the purchaser invoices, the invoices whichever you want to category with the vendors. Then we have the third option with both, like it will select for download only option and the same send mail only option. Like the all over working will start here from for both sections. Download will be same format, and the mail will be shared, which you will share to your vendors, will be in same format. Then just need to download only. So we have the first one thing, select all. It will it will contain a large data of amount Excel columns. Then we have some basic details like GST of tax payer, document types, invoice types. These are the basic details which you also need to understand the reconciliation result or the view section. Then we have some specific details like which are not mandatory, which are optional. If you want and if you're getting some mandatory fields in this section, you can select them, like invoice level details like reason for issuing note, reason for issuing bills, and GST status and filing period. And then we have the original document status, like if you want to know original note voucher number before amendment, if you note down the original note voucher number on original invoice number, invoice date. Then we have the shipping details, bill to ship to case, and the item details like serial number, HSN codes, which are the mandatory field for GST portal, description, unit, section, quantity, and the taxable value. This is the mandatory fields, as you all know. These all the sections, columns which we need in the GSTR 1 section. Then we need to item level detail option. We can select as per our working. Like I'm just selecting one option, like a reason for issuing, and will download this section so that you can validate and check in the live section. Then we have first one, last one category like error and warning details. You have like you are uploading your GSTR1 data, but unfortunately your data including some structural or business errors like invoice errors, and the some errors which is don't accepted the GST portal, like item details, warning, invoice GST errors. Like we will then we will save this section. We just need to save this. It will save automatically, and after this setting save, whenever we download the Excel file in this section, bulk download GSTR1, the regular transaction for any of GSTs, like we are working for Chandigarh, and select period in the 23-24, like 5 months, and we will get this file. It will show as per your format which you have saved in the recent section. Just a second, it will take a minimum of seconds. It will show the complete status, done status in this section. It will show the format as per your specific details which you want, which you have already mentioned to the UI. It is showing in progress, and then it will complete. You can download this file from here, and whenever you open this file, you can fetch the details as per your format only, which you have currently saved in the UI section, like all over the details, invoice details, difference percentage, reversals, unit, all over the categories you can find. You can like invoice errors and invoice GST errors, which we are currently saving in GST portal. You can also change this module as per your request. So now, thanks for joining the session, and requesting Nishtha to wind up the meeting. So over to you, Nishtha.
Yeah, thank you, Gurdeep. You explained very well. So I hope the customized setting on EaseMyGST, which is a very great feature and demanded for our user. They required this feature because they were using the Excel file and long colors. I just want to revise you again. I want to explain. I want to give you again. I want to summarize this table 14 and 15 again so that it will be clear with the point of view of EaseMyGST users. Okay, so let's start. As per our observation, our users only those who are making sales from e-commerce platform. They are not e-commerce operator. So I love to explain you that 14A means if you are selling through e-commerce platform. So how you have to work on EaseMyGST platform. In Ginesys, you have to mention your ATN in your channel. If you are mentioning your ATN, at the time of synchronization, it will automatically fetch your ETN details, as well as it will automatically show you the section, as well as it will automatically populate on 14A table. So users who are using EaseMyGST services and who are Ginesys user, it will very easy for them. They just need to mention their ETN in Ginesys. For those who are manual using EaseMyGST, they just have to mention ETN column. It will automatically consider it section 52 if you are not mentioning section in the last column of our GSTR 1. We were getting some queries regarding GSTR 3B. So we have already filed in GSTR 1 our table number 14 details. We have already showed in GSTR 1. For GSTR 3B, it will reflect in 3.1.1 automatically. You don't have to fill again. You don't have to do it from your side. It will automatically auto-populated by government, and for on EaseMyGST also it will automatically auto-populate. For those, if you are e-commerce operator, you want to file, we have separate format for this, which is GSTR 6A on EaseMyGST input format. You can download and you can put your data in that format. It will reflect in table number 15. So I would request you all to share some queries so that we can take your queries and end up this session.
Yeah, hi everyone. If anyone having any query, kindly share your query on the question answer box. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar session. If anyone having any query regarding today's webinar topic, you can directly connect to us over the demo section for our Ginesys website. Our concerned person will connect with you within an hour and so. So that's it for today. Thank you all the speakers and panelists. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar. Thank you all of you.